everybody doing? BroncoStevens on the BroncoStevens channel on YouTube. Wow, I drug my stuff across the floor and apparently the reverb's up a little bit. I'll turn it down in a second. But I was just playing around with this song and didn't notice it, but the reverb was working on it. So I'm going to go ahead and roll with it. And if it's one of those moments that magic happens, we'll see. How's everybody doing? BroncoStevens here. I'm just playing around. I'm a 51-year-old singer-songwriter. Let me turn this reverb down a little bit. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got a drug bad in there. Check, check. No. Oh, it's a slap. Check, check. There we go. Yeah, somehow that slap reverb got hit. All right. Oh, let's catch up on the chat, shall we? Jessica, how you doing? Good to have you. Diane, great to have you. A Better Solutions out there. Easton, Nelson, how you doing? Thank you so much. Thanks for staying up late too. Appreciate that. I'm BroncoStevens. You can find my music where you're streaming these days. I got a couple songs out, and I'm working on a couple more. And yeah, I'm 51 years old. I had a stroke 6 years ago, and just kind of woke me up to like, hey, you know, you may not live forever, and you better get things done that you need to get done. And so I always loved music. I just didn't kind of put tons and tons of time or effort into it, but when I did it, I loved it. And I wrote a couple good songs, I thought, throughout my lifetime, and I thought, you know, I need to revisit music again and see what I can do with it. And so like the last year, almost year and a half, maybe, probably a year and a couple of months, been working almost every day, just playing a little bit, and recording, and I've been to the studio a couple times. I've got some upcoming studio stuff, and I'm kind of just seeing what happens, putting the songs out there. You can find them where you're streaming, and I'm all over YouTube and TikTok, and I'm starting on my Instagram. I bought a BroncoStevens.com. I'm going to work on getting that page up. It's not up yet. Don't go there. But yeah, there it'll be kind of like a one-stop shop for where you can find my music or any merchandise or anything like that. Or if you want to hire me to play like a local show or something, that would be cool too. All right, so we keep playing some songs for you. This is the first release that I did. You can find it, and it's in this full studio, you know, form with drums and all the backup vocals and guitars and lead guitars and all that stuff. So it's all there, and it sounds great. But this is for Kristen. I did this one for my wife. We've got 6 kids, and everybody's like, "Whoa, 6 kids?" Yeah, we got 6 kids, and so right now I'm in a little room we kind of built for the wife and I to either exercise or play music, and the kids are on guard for the 3-year-old. So hopefully this will go smooth. We'll see. But yeah, I wrote this song for her. She definitely has earned the rights to a BroncoStevens song for putting up with all my crap for the years. So this one's for her. It's called For Kristen. Kristen spells her name Kristin. And so if you look for that, and also when you look for BroncoStevens, don't spell it like a name. Don't do Bronco space Stevens. In all my wisdom, I just did one word, BroncoStevens. Probably makes it more confusing and hard to find, but that's what I did. Something missing. The puzzle pieces won't fit in. And all of a sudden there she was, in the Wednesday crowd, Kristen. What do I need to do to get through to you? You're perfect the way that you are. There could only be one of you in my life. You were the star, and you burn bright. You changed my life, and I'm in so much love. And all of a sudden it was different, the life there wasn't before. Just started fitting, and soon the picture was done. What do I need to do to get through to you? You're perfect the way that you are. Said I know you got things that you're going through, and I do too. And I want you to know you're perfect the way you are. There could only be one of you. Check, check. We'll try that. How's everybody doing? Who's Erica? Yes or not? Yes or not? Benny, how you doing? Just realized that I never give my dad enough attention. I just told him to leave me alone, and I'm crying right now. Well, just go tell him. I'll tell you what, if you're a kid and you make a mistake, just go tell your dad. They're just so proud that you came and realized it. Honestly, we just want to see that your head's on straight. And so if you did that, and then you just go down there and be like, Dad, you know what? I ran you off, but I do want to spend time with you. Then he'll be like, hey, that's pretty big of you. Thanks. You know, I'm telling you, it'll work like a charm. You left to go golfing. Well, do you have a device? You're on a device. Just text him. Be like, hey, you know what? I feel bad about that. I shouldn't have ran you off. I want to spend time with you. Can we do that when you get back or whatnot? This is dad advice. I got 6 kids, people. Trust me. Ah, goodness. All right. Well, thanks for sharing that with us, too, by the way. I love how people will just get online and just spill their guts out to people. It's because we want to connect with people, you know? We do. As people, we just want to connect with people. And I guess that's why I'm on here. I could play music in my room by myself, but I didn't. I put on YouTube and went live. And so I would have never met any of you this evening had I not done that. So thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. It's super cool of you to stop and listen. It'd be even super cool of you to like and subscribe and come back and see me. And I've got tons of content. And if you want to be super cool, then go stream my actual song releases by BroncoStevens, wherever you're streaming these days, and look for the song For Kristen, which is the one I just did. And then I also have this one out there. Again, they're full studio versions when you stream them. Here it's just me and an acoustic, but that's how they were all written. The song here is called Sometimes Love Feels Like a Fight. And I wrote this during a fight with the wife. So this is like real stuff, people. This is like crap that my mind was going through and everything. And this is how I express myself is through music. And helps me. It's like therapy, basically, for myself to play music. But it's called Sometimes Love Feels Like a Fight. And it was written in a heated moment where I had to take a break, honestly, from arguing with the wife because it was just getting too heated. We were like pushing each other's buttons on purpose. And so then I just said, hey, I'm going to go cool off, took my guitar and started writing this song. And anyway, here it is. Sometimes love feels like a fight. I wouldn't have started if I couldn't finish. But I wasn't stronger than Papa's spinach. She left us for dead here the way that I want. She called me a bastard, called her a you know what. And that was the end for at least one day. That was the end for at least one day. Now sometimes I'm good days and sometimes I'm a mess. But she hold me tight, she says I love you no less. To forget, easy to forgive. But life won't forget us now how we live. Don't want it to end, God, please more days. Want it to end, God, please more days. Nobody tells you about the hard seasons of life. They put on the her words sting a bit. She's called me a lot of things, but she never called me quits. They say love has a feeling, and I think they're right. Most times it's amazing, but sometimes love feels like a fight. And that was the start of the rest of our lives. Yeah, that was the start. And that was the start of the rest of our lives. Yeah. That was the start of the rest of our lives. Hey Zach, how you doing? Sorry you're late, just got out of church. So good for you, no need to apologize. You know, you could be anywhere. You're not obligated to be here. So those of you that are here, awesome. I really do appreciate it. I can use all the company and support I can get. You know, it's as an independent artist, it's tough out here. There's tons of AI music burying your music constantly, and then there's a million other great artists out there. And so to get your message out and your song out, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of consistency and support and things like, and not only consistency on my part, but everybody that's supporting's part. So it's a lot. It all has to come together. But thank you so much. If you haven't liked the live, if you take a second and do that, and if you're not subscribed to BroncoStevens, people, what are you doing? Let's hang out. So hit that button and come back and see me. I've got tons of content in the interim. This next one I'm gonna do is kind of a punk song, a little bit more punk rock, kind of more violent femmes tempo, and it's called Addiction. And it's for anybody out there struggling from any addiction, you know, whether it be, you know, the hard stuff or video gaming or cell phone scrolling, or, you know, something that you just consumes you know. So this is for anybody. Don't you wanna stop, man? Don't you wanna stop? Don't you wanna stop, man? Don't you wanna stop? Don't you wanna stop, man? Don't you wanna stop? Don't you wanna stop, man? Don't you wanna stop? He says no way. It takes my pain. He said it takes my pain. He says if you gotta ask, man, well, you don't understand. Oh, if you gotta ask, man, well, you don't understand. Oh, if you gotta ask, you don't understand. If you gotta ask, man, well, you don't understand. 'Cause it takes my choice. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I said it takes my pain away too. Don't you, man, don't you wanna stop to see we all care about you and we'd like to see that light. Oh, I know you do. I get that a lot, but you see, me don't know the problems I've got. Said it takes my pain away. Yeah, I said it takes my choice away. I said it takes my pain away. All right. So that song there is called Addiction. That's actually going to be my next studio release. I've got that done. I'm just working on the video with my daughter, and then I'll get it scheduled with my distributor, and we'll get that sucker released. My daughter is going to do the artwork for it, and so I'm super excited about that. All right. The song I'm going to do now, it's called Pedro. Hang on a second. Pedro, your voice is cold. You're down out the bottle. Is that so? I'd like it here. I got her with me, and when she says, take me back to your room, take me back to your room. At least 1,000 days, at least 1,000 things that I want to. Pedro is waiting on now, so he's got the time. But it's not enough for him. Yeah, he's got to have a plan. Look out at that line and the wolves out here. And it hurts. It hurts him so. Yes, I know it hurts. Into his cold, down out the bottle. Pedro, your voice is cold. You're down out the bottle. But I said so. You know I like it here. I got her with me. She says, take me back to your room, take me back to your room. At least 1,000 things, at least 1,000 things that I want to. Pedro is waiting on the line, so he's got the time. But it's not enough for him. Yeah, he's got to have fun. Look here in that line with the wolves out here on him. And it hurts. It hurts him so. Yes, I know it hurts. It hurts him to his core. Down out the bottle. Sounds good, brother. Danny, thank you. Appreciate that. Alright, I'm gonna sit. I think I'm gonna do Good Evening next. It's kind of just a storytelling song that I have. It's not complete, but it's getting there. The story's kind of forming. Alright. Dance for me. I'm leaving. One last chance for me. Good evening. Would you dance for me? I'm leaving. One last chance for me. Good evening.
fire and some friends. A good-looking crowd, they're young. They all got drinks in their hands. Everybody's laughing and having fun, but we haven't spoken a word. The church has no energy anymore. The eye hasn't sparked. I know we gotta talk, and I know I don't wanna hear what you gotta say, and I know you're gonna say it. And then you do. Good evening, would you dance with me? I'm leaving, one last chance for me. Good evening, would you dance with me? I'm leaving, one last chance for me. Words and he's level. He's on his knees holding his head, as if he can hold the thoughts in. Lock on the secret components, but they're scattered. Heck, they're racing around his head, consuming him actually. And she's talking in the background, he can't hear a single word she said. Trying to change the words now, shape them a little different. But the puzzle pieces are cut and it's not fair. The ink is way too dry on this picture. And after a while of talking and talking, she gets tired. 'Cause he's not talking back. She goes away. One of those goes away where she walks away and looks again and checks to see if you're looking. No, it's not like that. She walks away. She doesn't look back when she gets in the car. She doesn't look back when she's pulling away in the rearview mirror. She's gone. And after a while of holding his head, the pressure is gone. Maybe it was her. But he goes to speak thinking she's still there. That's how far gone he was. Wait! I changed my mind. Wait!
that's my little storytelling song. It's called Good Evening. I do it different every time, so that's the beauty of that one. I like doing that. How's everybody doing? Who's still on here? Who's hanging with me? I appreciate you. I got at least 3 of you out there. So I'm BroncoStevens. If you're not familiar with me, I'm an original singer-songwriter, just playing songs that I've written over the course of my lifetime, and do a lot of improv stuff too. Like half of that song I just played was improv. All right, let's do something that isn't improv. Let's do a song called "The Race." Be sure where you're headed. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Water don't stop at the top of the funnel. But there's some direction. Be sure where you're headed. Now run and run and run till the rest is done. Song for life and joke. You can make fun, but you know what? Never wants to leave. They help I need the most. 'Cause they're holding on the inside, even though they boast. There's a light at the end of a tunnel. Water don't stop at the top of a funnel. Others need some direction. Be sure where you're headed. There's a light at the end of a tunnel. Water don't stop at the top of a funnel. Others need some direction. Be sure where you're headed. Be sure where you're headed. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Water don't stop at the top of the funnel. But there's some direction. Be sure where you're headed, my friend. My friend. My friend. All right, who we got now? Who's out there still, people? You're all quiet. I think so, unless my chat's just stuck. No, everybody's quiet. Hey, super dude. Oh, I thought you were Brody the Super Shredder for a second. That dude'll come by a lot of times. Super dude, how you doing? Play Baby Doll. I don't know Baby Doll. I do a lot of original singer-songwriting. I don't do a lot of cover songs, honestly. Like, I don't know, when I pick up a guitar and play, I just want to write stuff. It's just the urge that I get. All right, what I want to do here. I guess I'm going to do this one here.
They say what will be. Do they say that to keep us from becoming free? 'Cause if you just say what comes your way, you're missing out on everything.
don't know that one either. I really just don't do cover songs, like next to never. I've done a few. You can go to my playlist. I've got a playlist of BroncoStevens cover songs. And there's probably like 8 or 9. And there were strange ones. Like I did like Young Blood on a ukulele, the zombie song. I did some old school hip hop rap on an acoustic guitar. Did a couple Nirvana songs and a Neutral Milk Hotel song and a Lady Gaga song. Yeah, I did Young Blood, the song Zombie. There's like an acoustic version he does. And I saw that and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a ukulele version. And to be forewarned, I don't play ukulele. I bought a ukulele at a Goodwill, and like the next day, I just did this version of Zombie. I liked it. I thought it was kind of unique and different, but it could use some work, I'm sure. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and do On Love. I don't think I've done that one yet. This one's a little slower. Well, not necessarily slower than that last one. They're both the same tempo.
Love is patient, love is kind, love doesn't envy or boast, it does not insist on its own way, it's not irritable or resentful, it does not rejoice wrongdoing, love rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, and hopes and does all things. So tell me about your love. Cause if it's not, it's probably not things you need to change in your life. Love is patient, love is kind. What's up, Dre? Love doesn't envy love. It does not insist on its own way, it's not irritable or resentful, it does not rejoice wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, and hopes and does all things. So tell me about your love. Is this what it looks like? Cause if it's not, it's probably not things you'll need to change in your life. Tell me about your love. Is this what it looks like? Cause if it's not, it's probably not things you'll need to change in your life.
Dre House, good to see you, man. Glad you made it. Bending them strings. All right. Dre, anything you want to hear? Drip Pack, how you doing? Roxanne Waters, I think I missed you too. Could I do Bohemian Rhapsody? If I had a band, I could. That would be fun. What do you want to hear, man? Can you do the wolf story? Yeah, I can. I can do it. As long as I don't get interrupted from my kids, I can. Because I've been out here for nearly 50 minutes, and no, it's not too early. No, it's not too early at all, brother. It's probably too late, if anything, but we'll see if we can make it work. So, this is bizarre stuff, people, what I'm about to tell you, and Drake can probably vouch for me. This is pretty wild stuff. So, my family's been through some grief lately. Like my wife. Oh my gosh, I'm dead now. Dead. This is the last time you'll ever see me. I called my wife my mom. Anyway, my wife has lost both her parents, and that's where the mom thing came in, within the last 2 years. And so the last one was her father, and he was staying with us, and we were taking care of him basically in his final days. And anyway, he has since passed, and we were changing the room up a little bit. We kind of left it a lot the same, but changed it a little bit. And we were cleaning in here and stuff, and no, I take it back. This was right before we moved him in. We were prepping the room for him. And so we were backing stuff up we were getting rid of and whatnot. And I told my son, I said, hey, or no, I got the story wrong. My wife tells my son, hey, take this back to the trash. Because his parents, we've got 6 kids. We've got a small army, honestly, in this house. And so when we are cleaning, we're just like, you do this, you do this. And we're kind of directing and also working, organizing and whatnot. And what's going on that long? And so anyway, we fill up this bag of trash. My wife's like, hey, son, take this out. And he freezes kind of in the hallway, and I hear him starting to ask one of his siblings if they can go outside, and they don't hear him. They probably had headphones on or something. And I said, what do you need, son? And he goes, I'm trying to see. I said, what, do you want someone to go outside with you? Because it's nighttime. And honestly, he's not that old. I mean, he's 12, which seems, old enough to take out the trash, but he's not so old that something bad couldn't happen to him while he took out the trash. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go out there with you, son. And that's really what we taught him, is to go out, safety in numbers, bring somebody with you. That's why he was asking for a sibling to go with him. Anyway, so he's out there, and I kind of just go out the door and stand there. And the trash cans are kind of around the other side of the car, so he has to do this little solo walk. I'm like, so what are you afraid of, son? And he's like, I don't know, like kidnappers. And I was proud of him because again, as a father, I try to teach him to be, have street sense and stuff like that, because the world can be a crazy place. And do I like hockey? I'm not a huge hockey fan. I mean, I couldn't talk hockey with anybody. I don't know the players. I don't follow it. But I don't dislike hockey. I mean, I think it's interesting. Interesting question. No one's ever in my whole life, I'm 51 years old, asked me if I like hockey. Maybe I lived in states that weren't big hockey states, I guess. I play for the junior ice hogs. I mean, that's awesome. What I do appreciate is people being excellent in what they do, or striving to be, So if you're playing for any team, and you're getting coached, and you're showing up, and you're practicing, and you're trying to improve yourself to be better at something, that's awesome. That's what I approve of. I'm pro that big time as a father, because so much is technology these days, and people used to do, and I hate to say it, a lot more. We used to be able to play outside and stuff like that. You go out the front door, the neighborhood would be full of kids running around. Now you pop your head out the front door. You can't find a kid. They're just not outside. Now, granted, it's hot as crud right now. I mean, it is so hot where I am. I don't like to be outside either. So this is an exception time for me. He used to date my ex. Yeah, here we go. Here's the troll, evil dude. He even says his name's Evil Dude 69. And if that doesn't give you an insight to the person's character, so anyway. You can hang out, evil dude, I don't care, but I'm not going to answer your silly question or comment on your silly narrative there. Okay, anyway, so back to the story. So my son's outside, and I said, what are you afraid of? And he's like, yeah, kidnappers. And I said, well, what about werewolves? I'm just being silly. I'm silly, people. I've got 6 kids. I got a 3-year-old, and I also have, she'll be 24. And I've got, all the kids, not all the kids in between, but lots of kids in between those ages. And so I kind of have to be, a goofball because I got to entertain them from 3 years old up to 24, and I also got to be entertaining to myself and wife. And so I'm kind of a nut, as I would say. I've quoted myself on that many times. But so anyway, I say a werewolf, and he's like, haha, Dad, you know, that's real funny. And I'm like, what about kidnapping werewolves? Because, you know, one's bad, the other's bad, but together, a kidnapping werewolf, now that would be something else. And I kind of laughed and thought to myself, hey, that'd be a good movie, you know? And then I left it at that, and then I go inside, my son puts the trash up, and we go inside. And I get this phone call. Now, I get a lot of phone calls. I don't know if it's because I'm over 50 and they just try to scam everybody over 50 these days. Maybe it's because I went on this whole long stint of answering all those calls and messing with all the spammers. And I used to just sit there and, I did some weird things with spammers. I could do a whole show about all the different things that I've done to these spam callers. My favorite, though, I'll tell you, I'm going to stop this one story to tell this other story because this story is funny. So one time I'm outside in my garden. Yeah, that's right, I garden. I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed of that. I think it's a great thing to garden. You're just connected to the earth. You're outside. Your hands are in the dirt, and you're making stuff grow that's healthy. It's an awesome thing. If you haven't gardened in your life, I'd encourage you to try it sometime. I don't know. You'll just feel more connected. And so, anyway, I lost track of the story for the other story. Why am I talking about gardening when I should be talking about the werewolf story? Oh, the spammers. Sorry, I had a stroke 6 years ago. My brain's not what it used to be. And I also don't hear out of my left ear. That's a fun fact for you. Weird to be a musician and half deaf these days. It's annoying. But anyway, so I'm in the garden. I get this spam caller. And I don't remember. It seemed like at the time I was getting a bunch of them about medical insurance or something. And it was. They wanted to know if I was with a certain medical company or provider, insurance provider. And so they wanted the number off my card. It's a scam where if you give it to them, then they can like hack your benefits or something. And so I said, yeah, I'll get it for you. I said, I'm in the garden. Just give me a minute. And I kept putting them off. And it was this nice gal on the phone. She wasn't impolite like a lot of them are. And she kept saying, well, please, sir, we need you to get that number so we can do that. So I'm like, yeah, just give me a minute. And then I started telling her that I would get it faster if she would sing. And have you guys ever seen that movie Anger Management where they sing I Feel Pretty? Well, for some reason, I had that stuck in my head. And I told the lady, I said, look, I'll go get it right now. I'll drop everything I'm doing for you and go get this card number if you'll sing I Feel Pretty with me. And I said, you know it. And I started singing I Feel Pretty. And after a few times of me singing, she actually chimed in. I was dying. I was like, oh my gosh, I have this spam caller on the phone singing I Feel Pretty. And I felt like I'd won in life for just a few minutes. Okay, now back to the werewolf story. And so I kind of gave it away. Well, you'll see. And so anyway, I go inside. And after thinking about the kidnapping werewolf, how it could be a movie, my phone rings. And I was thinking it was a spammer. And it's some dude I've never talked to before, but he cuts me off pretty quick saying, hey, first of all, I want you to know this is legit. I've looked into your YouTube, some other videos, things like that, and I know X, Y, and Z people that you know. And he starts naming people that I know, and I'm like, okay. I'm listening. Okay, maybe you're not your average spammer. And so he goes, well, I'm a casting director for a movie in your area. And we were watching some of your videos. We thought you would be a perfect fit for one of the parts. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not even an actor. You know what I mean? That's not something I do. And so, I don't know. So I'm listening. I figured, okay, I do have videos out there. Maybe they stumbled on something and they saw something they liked. I don't know. I used to do this comedy bit called He's a Dad. I think it's the only comedy left on the BroncoStevens channel. But anyway, he says that'd be the perfect fit. I'm like, okay, for what? And he goes, well, we've got this movie coming out. It's going to be in Tulsa, so that's why you're also a good fit for it. We're looking for people in the Tulsa area. I said, well, what's the movie? And I kid you not, this is the part where it gets a little strange. He goes, it's The Kidnapping Werewolves of Tulsa. And I'm like, huh? What'd you say? Because I had just thought of this idea outside with my son. okay? And I thought, that's crazy. What are the chances? This isn't happening. I must be dreaming. And he goes, no, it's legit, and he'd be great for the father. And he somehow convinces me that this is a real thing. And then my mind switches to excited mode. I'm like, okay, this is cool. So when are we going to sit down and talk? When can we figure this stuff out? And he goes, well, just come back outside. And I'm like, huh? Because I was just outside with my son taking out the trash. And so I look out the front window, and I've got shades there, and I just kind of crack them and look, and there's a vehicle outside. And I'm like, is that you outside? He goes, just come outside. And I go outside, and he's got this nice ride, and it's kind of glowing in the back, like red, like inside neon lights. And I'm super intrigued. I'm like, this seems legit, somebody that would be a casting director, somebody with some form of, bankroll could be driving something like this. And so I go out there, and his window's cracked. I can't really see him. It's super tinted. And I said, hey, can I hang up this phone? Is this you? And he goes, yeah, get in the back seat. And I open up the back door, and first of all, I'm thinking, I don't know, I guess I just assumed there were two people in the car. And so I get in the back seat, and I'm in the back seat for literally 2 seconds when my son opens up the passenger door and gets in. And I'm like, what are you doing, son? And he goes, well, Mom wanted me to go see what you're doing. She heard you on the phone. And then she saw you go outside into this strange car, and she sent me out here. And I said, okay, so you see me get in a strange car, and you decide that that's the wise thing to do is just jump in here with me? And I'm looking at him having this conversation. This car takes off. And I'm like, what in the crap is going on? I mean, he didn't even have his door shut. And so we get his door shut, and we're sitting in the car. It's glowing red. He's driving fast. And all of a sudden, the dude cranks on the radio, and it's like, let's go for a ride. Let's go for a ride. You'll be lucky if you save your life. Let's go for a ride tonight. Let's go for a ride tonight. You'll be lucky if you save your life. Let's go for a ride tonight. Let's go for a ride. Let's go for a ride tonight. Let's go for a ride. You'll be lucky if you come back with your life. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? Literally. And so, but what's so strange about the whole thing is this is a weird, terrifying moment, but I'm also looking at my son halfway through this, the music's jamming, we're driving and stuff. He looks at me, and we're literally both laughing. We're laughing. And I don't know if it was just the craziness of the situation, or I don't know. Maybe it was fear. Maybe, because I do awkward, weird things when I'm scared. And so I look at him, and he's looking at me. So maybe we're both laughing, so we don't have to cry because we're so terrified. I don't know. But it was a moment of knock off Jason Statham. I love it when people are like, you're the team you Bruce Willis. I get that. I've gotten that one before. There's some good ones. But yeah, Jason Statham is one that I get. I like to think that he's a knockoff of me, though. Why do I have to be his knockoff? Why can't he be a knockoff of me? I'm probably even older than that dude. I don't know. I have to look it up. I'm 51. You'll have to look up how old he is, because he might be a knockoff of me. We'll see. But anyway, so we're in the car, and I'm trying to get this dude's attention. But he's big, and there's no one else in the passenger seat, which I thought was weird, because I'm like, why didn't he just ask me to join him up front if we were gonna have this conversation? So plus, I don't know, the whole thing's bad. And so he pulls into this abandoned area that I know, and I know it used to be there. It used to be a Sam's Club, and then they rebuilt a bigger Sam's Club, not that far from there. Sometimes they do weird things, but we stop, okay? And he opens the door, and he comes around to my door, and he opens the door, and he opens, I just said this, but this is how it happened in my mind, I guess. He opens the door, and I'm just it takes me a second to realize what I'm looking at, okay? And the reason that is he was a werewolf. Yeah, I'm gonna let that sink in. The dude was a werewolf. And I'm like, okay, this is a costume, right? This is one of those Hollywood, well-made costumes. And you got me, dude, you got me, because I'm scared. Because you convinced me that looks like a werewolf, but it can't be a werewolf. But
you Hollywood people are good. You got me. I believe it. I believe in the movie. It's a great concept. Now take me home. Take my son home. I'm ready to go home. And he goes, go. And I'm like, go, what do you mean go? He goes, and he points into where the old Sam's Club used to be. And I'm like, okay, this must be where they're shooting the movie. And so I go and my son follows me. And I said, there's a moment where I thought I had a second that he wouldn't hear me. Werewolves apparently have better hearing than I give him credit for. But I'm like, son, whatever happens, go with my lead. And so we go in the Sam's Club, or what used to be the Sam's Club. Now, if you've been in a Sam's Club, you know what it's like. It's like a big warehouse, and they've got all the little areas where the pallet of this is and the pallet of that, and so on and so forth. Well, that'd be nice of what it looked like, but it didn't. What it looked like was all those little areas had been converted into little holding cells, if you will. And there were remnants of life that had gone on in those pods. Like, you could tell that this person was a bigger person or a smaller person, or male or female, based on the belongings that were there. But there were no people. And so he keeps walking us down this aisle. And he starts humming. And I think I remember it. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten in 3 days. Excuse me, Mr. Werewolf, did you just say that you were hungry and that you hadn't eaten in 3 days, and now you got this boy and his father? And yeah, that slipped out of my mouth. And he turns around and he's like, yeah, that's what I said. And I'm like, what are we doing here? You know, are you gonna eat us? And he's like, most likely. And I'm like, okay, tell you what, dude. Have you ever freaking had a steak? Like a real steak. From a cow, not... And he's like, no, I can't say that I have. And I'm like, well, would you be open to trying that instead of eating me and my son? We'll go back to my house right now. I've got like a half a cow that I bought in one of my outdoor freezers. And we'll have ourselves an old-fashioned barbecue. We'll cook up a bunch of steak, and you can try it. And tell you what, if you like it, you let me and the boy live. And if you don't like it, I guess we'll revisit your Sam's Club of horrors. And he's like, yeah, we can try it. And I'm like, really, that easy? I should have been a werewolf salesman. And so we go back to the car. Let's go for a ride. Let's go for a ride. Let's go back to my house tonight. Let's go for a ride tonight. Let's go for a ride tonight. I'll cook you a steak tonight. And so we get back to my house, and we go in the garage, and sure enough, I have all this meat, and get the grill out. We start getting it all thing ready. Is it not obvious? All right. So anyway, we got some strange questions tonight. Stray people are strange. I can't sing anymore. And so you get back there. Yeah, you're the strange one. Listen to my story. Here I am telling you you're the strange one. Make sure you go check out. Oh, okay. Thanks. He's just pimping me out. So just trust him. He's a cool dude. And if you haven't checked out Dread House either, you should check him out. He's got a great theme song. He's out there. He's out there doing the Appalachian stuff. He gives places. Oh my goodness. All right. So anyway, we start cooking the meat, and everything is going good. You know, a barbecue. It's hard to go wrong on a barbecue. We're sitting around having fun, and Next thing I know, my wife comes out the front door, and he turns, and that werewolf looks and he goes, "Juicy," just like Scooby-Doo. I couldn't believe it. So I was freaking very, very upset. And I stood up and pushed him. I was like, "Let's go, dude, right now." And so we started scrapping. Like, literally, me and the werewolf were scrapping. Now, what I didn't realize is how big he was. Like, he's like bent over like I am, you know? But when he stood up all big and strong, that freaking dude was enormous. He was probably 9 feet tall. And so he and I were battling it out. And my son, in his ultimate 12-year-old wisdom, at one point jumps up from behind and gets him like in a chokehold, just like kind of hanging on him, because my son's not 9 feet tall. And so when he jumped on him and got him, the dude stood up and he's like hanging from his back, but he's got him around the neck. And you don't realize how big a werewolf neck is. It's more like a horse neck than a human neck, unless you've hugged a werewolf, you know, then you know. But anyway, so you probably don't know. And he's hanging from him, and it starts to weaken him a little bit. But he makes one final werewolf superpower move, which, you know, they're good for. And he flings my son, and my son goes flying. And that's it. At that moment, like between the comment he made about my wife and then throwing my son like he's a stuffed animal, I went crazy. And basically it was one of those moments where I felt like I was in the Matrix, because I'm not kidding, like he was doing things to me and it was almost like I had a third arm that would come out of nowhere and grab it and stop it. And at one point I must have used that ability to grab him, and he let out the old And he felt that one. And he goes, "Stop!" Because I guess my wife had ran back in her ultimate wisdom and plated up some of that steak. And he saw her standing there with the steak. He goes, "Let me try it." And so we start giving him some steak. Now I'm telling you, we cooked up everything. I mean, I had sirloins and Kansas City strips and New York strips and you name it. I mean, fillets, you name it. We were throwing everything, because it's it's either that or you die. And so we go ahead and let him eat it, and it doesn't take him but 2 seconds to go, "I like it." Just like Sean Connery. He's like, "I like it." That's more like Cookie Monster. I can't do Sean Connery, but I like it. No, it's not it. But anyway, close enough for this story. And he says he likes it. And I'm like, "So you're going to let us live?" Because I'm all about living at this point. And he's like, "Well, how do I get more of this stuff?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? I mean, I'm not like your permanent supplier. You're a werewolf. I can't feed you every day. I've already got some dogs. I don't need a pet werewolf." And he's like, "Yeah, I guess that makes sense." And so, Ron Connery, very good. Like that. And I'll be out in just a few minutes. The natives are getting restless out there. And so, long story short, he likes it. He becomes one of the largest distributors of meat in the U.S., this werewolf, okay? Which scared me at first, because I'm like, maybe there's some people meat mixed in, but I really think the dude turned a corner and everything's legit. But, you're probably eating werewolf farmed meat, is the long and short of it, because he's like 60%, I think, right now. Okay, and so, in review, I got to thinking about this whole movie, and how it's kind of deep. Most people, "Hey, Timber, how you doing?" Most people, I think, miss a lot of it. I know I did. And so, but then I thought about it. See, the werewolf's a lot like us in life. We go through life doing what we know to do, right? All he ever ate was people, So, yeah, he took people, he kidnapped them, he brought them back to his Sam's Club of terror, and farmed them basically like chickens in cages. And then I came along, or he came along rather, kidnapped me and my son. And to save my life, I offered him to eat cow meat. And he tried it and loved it. And then now he's like distributing tons of it. So it was only when he was offered a change did his direction change. And so, but he was totally open to it, you know? So sometimes I think we need to be open to change and look outside of our narrow version of what life is and what it could be. And sometimes people will bring that opportunity to you. Can you play the melody of a Persian song that I like? I seriously doubt it. I don't know any Persian music. Get alone, I don't know much non-original BroncoStevens music, to be honest with you. I probably need to wrap this up. My daughter's, I'll be right there, girl. My 3-year-old's needing something badly, so she's gonna just stay at this door. She's supposed to be being watched by my 10-year-old daughter, so I can do this live. But apparently that watch time is expired, apparently. But then, you know, and then I also thought about in the battle, like how I kind of just became superhuman and transformed and had like extra powers. And I thought, you know, it's only really in extreme situations in life that we change, you know. Sometimes life comes in and breaks us. You know, maybe somebody we didn't expect passes away, or maybe a spouse leaves us, or maybe a job ends abruptly. You know, there's things that happen to us in life, and sometimes we have to reinvent who we are. But there's no reason to always wait on something huge to reinvent who you are, you know. You could do that anytime. You don't have to put pressure on yourself to exceed certain goals by certain limits, only when you have to. You can set that up for yourself and chase that. And you'd be surprised what you can accomplish. You gotta head out, Dred. Yeah, man, thanks for having me so much. No, seriously, if you haven't checked out Dred's page, you should. He's doing really cool videos. They're really well put together. The music's cool, his attitude's cool. It's really well done. You should check it out for sure. And Timber's out there doing videos now. Timber, you're getting really steady with your lives and stuff. I caught you driving the other day. I'm like, is this safe? Should he be doing this? But I still kind of tuned in. No, I was meaning if you had to go. Oh, I do have to go. I definitely do. I thought you were hopping off first. I get to talking. All right, everybody, I do need to go. And so thank you so much, each and every person that stopped by. It really does mean a lot to me. If you haven't subscribed, people, what are you doing? Let's get that done, and we can hang out some more. And hope to see you around. Take care. Have a good night. I'm coming, girl.